Yes. Let's check if it's working. It says it's excellent. Thank you. It is excellent. Are we on? Yeah, we're on. Awesome. All right. Let's do the spelling bee. Plop. Oop. That's me on YouTube, guys. Did you see me? I'm on YouTube. I'm famous. All right. It's spelling bee time. Our letters are M, O, B, E, A, K, and we have to use the letter C. Comb. Coke. Cake. Come. Oh yeah, we can have that word. What about come back? Baby, come back. Oh, I got the panagram. The panagram was come back. I did it. I did it, guys. I did it. Look at me go. What a champion. Like that Kardashian girl? Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Full bloomers. Oh yeah, we're doing the crossword. 1 across, 4 bloomers. 5 across, New York Philharmonic for 1. Orchestra? Water nymph. Oh, that's me if I could swim. Actress Hass, who plays Esther Shapiro on Unorthodox. Planet circlers. Orbits. Heap of David Copperfield. Roman 1152. Gather wool. Vitamin stat. Moons. Oh yeah, they are planet circlers. Blah 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 blah. What blooms in the fall? In autumn? Nothing, right? Water nymph. A naiad? I think. Roman numerals is MCL11. MCL. A selkie isn't a water nymph. Selkie is like a mythical creature that lives in the water, but it's not a nymph. I think they're supposed to be called undines. Undines, the water elementals, but I don't know. It's been a while since I since I delved in that arena. Naiads are Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I just didn't know how to spell it. I think it's like this. It looks like they're non-inflammatory steroids. That's why it's confusing me. But I don't know if that's how you spell it. But yeah, it's something like that. That's... I don't know. Fuel carrying ship. Oil tanker? What? 2 down? Four is shear. Oh yeah. Shear a sheep. That's probably Shira. All right, this is... Shang S to D? Change S to D? Vitamin Stat FDA? So close. Oil something. Oiler? Congratulations! We did it. Yay! Alright. I think connections is next. Yay, the game is connections. There are 16 words. There are 4 categories. We don't know what those categories are, so we need to group together 4 words that might have a connection and guess. And if we guess correctly, it will tell us what the category is and why those words were connected. Let's go. We got Marvel, DC, Crushworthy, Power, Fantagraphics, Dark Horse, Voltage, Wonder, Sleeper, Frescade, Stare, Longshot, Pepsi, Nogan, Underdog, Google, and AC. Fanta, Pepsi, Fresca, and... no, I got nothing. Dark Horse, Underdog, Sleeper, and Longshot. Oh, hey, Yuji. Good to see you. Voltage, Power, DC, and AC. Basic electricity terms. Starting with names of soft drinks. Yeah, I already said Fanta and Pepsi. I just didn't know what the other ones were. Marvel, Stare, Crushworthy, and Goggle. One away. Oh, Wonder. One away. Okay, well... I think that Crush and Fresh... Starting with soda brand. Stare, Marvel, Goggle, and Wonder. There we go. That's what I was trying to get to. Look at with awe. Just like my cat looks at me. My cat looks at me like I'm the greatest person in the world. Having a propaganda love. Exactly, Hyperbovian. That's how it works. Back to puzzle. Wordle. Look at that, 3 letters. Nice thumbnails on my desktop. I'll be quiet. What do you want me to do with them, Hyperbovian? Where would you like them to be? Where would you like my thumbnails to be located? Shush your mouth. Okay? Alright. Good job. Need more thumbnails? Indeed. You can never have too many thumbnails, that's what I say. You'd like my thumbnail somewhere? Ooh. I'm not giving you a prostate exam. We've already had this conversation. No, no, no. I don't know what this word could be. I'm too dumb today. What a dilly of a pickle. Dazzo? Don't you mean Dazza? There's no Dazzos, there's only Dazzers. Melbourne doesn't fit. Yeah. Loads. Ooh. Maybe it's toady. Feeling a little bit toady. Roads, roadie, loady, woody, toady, yody, pod, fold, gold. What should we do? Roadie. Ooh. It was Toady. I said Toady and it was Toady. I win, I win, I win. Yay. I'm such a gracious winner, guys, don't you think? Alright, it's rattle time. Remember when I did rattle all by myself like a genius? I remember. Alright, we're looking for something with 4 letters. Hawk something, a fighting foursome, as they're usually known. Something hawk, name for a certain weapon. Something hawk, maybe it's tomahawk. How do you spell that? No. Something hawk, unwanted behavior in a serious setting. Something hawk, what you have when vindicated. Hawk something without exception. A hawk something usually has cheaper prices. Change the first letter of hawk to an R, an anagram to get a shape. Hawk of your something. Opposite of a hawk. Ideologically. There we go. Hawk to us, spit on that thing. I'm gonna die if that was the answer. Present tense of hawk. What you do when you find something hawk. Hawks and doves? Oh. Dove something, a fighting foursome as they're casually known. Something dove, a nickname for a certain weapon. Something dove, unwanted behavior in a serious setting. Something dove when you... What you have when vindicated. Dove something without exception. A dove something usually has cheaper prices. Change the first letter of dove to an R, an anagram to get a shape. Dove of your something. Present tense of dove. Oh, dive. Dive something, a fighting foursome as they're casually known. Something dive, nickname for a certain weapon. Something dive, unwanted behavior in a serious setting. Something dive, what you have when vindicated. Dive something without exception. A dive something usually has cheaper prices. Oh, bar. A dive bar. Hell yeah. Those are the only bars I go to. Bar something, a fighting foursome as they're casually known. Something bar, nickname for a certain weapon. Something bar, unwanted behavior in a serious setting. Something bar, what you have when vindicated. Bar something without exception. Bar none. None something, a fighting foursome as they're casually known. Something none, nickname for a certain weapon. Something none, unwanted behavior in a serious setting. Something none, what you have when vindicated. Change the first letter of none to an R and anagram to get a shape. None of your businesses. Business something, a fighting foursome as they're casually known. Something business, nickname for a certain weapon. Something business, unwanted behavior in a serious setting. Something business, what you have when vindicated. Change the first letter of business to an R and anagram to get a shape. What you do when you find something business. We're looking for something with 5 letters. Risky business? No. There's a game that can be directly played on Twitch, and chat can also play the Give a Scramble of Words. Oh yeah. With a plugin. Yeah, we could probably do that, Yuji. That sounds like fun. Funny business? Okay. Funny something, a fighting foursome as they're casually known. Something funny, nickname for a certain weapon. Something funny, what you have when vindicated. Change the first letter of funny to an R and anagram to get a shape. What you do when you find something funny. I don't know, laugh? Laugh something, a fighting foursome as they're casually known. Something laugh, nickname for a certain weapon. Last laugh when you're vindicated. Last something, a fighting foursome as they're casually known. Something last, nickname for a certain weapon. Change the first letter of last to an R and anagram to get a shape. Star. Star something, a fighting foursome as they're casually known. Something star, nickname for a certain weapon. Ninja star? Is that what it's called? Yeah. Ninja something, a fighting foursome as they're casually known. Ninja Turtles. There we go, guys. Look at that. We are so smart. We are the smartest people alive. Oh, I don't have the YouTube chat up. No wonder it feels like... Sorry, YouTube chat. I've just been ignoring everybody. I always do that. Alright, Contexto time. It's called Words on Stream. Copy URL, go into OBS, add browser source, paste URL. That's what works. Okay. It's called Words on Stream. The way my model looked when I was reading that, it was like so innocent. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have a look. We'll have a look at it in a second. Panda is always innocent, am I? Sometimes. Must be Melbourne. Yeah, it's probably Melbourne. It's not Melbourne. There were so many Darrows out in my suburb today, and I didn't even know that. I thought, like, I only ever see, like, rich, posh people in my suburb. Why were the Darrows out? There was literally a 7-year-old boy with a rat tail and these 2 teenagers that were going around with a paint can. But because, like, they're the kids of rich kids, they didn't even know, like, they didn't even know how to, like, do graffiti properly. Blue. And then they were like high-fiving this like little kid with a rat's tail, and it was like very alarming. And I don't know what's happening. There goes the neighborhood. There go the property prices. Goodbye. Just want to be a hood rat and do hood rat things. Green. Panda can. That was a joke. That was a joke, Yuji. Actually, we'll keep my rent down, so that's okay. School holidays is almost over. Yeah, but why are the kids of rich kids trying to pretend to be Eshays? Like, I'm from Western Sydney. If anyone's gonna act like that, it's gonna be me, and I'm not gonna act like that. So you all need to get yourselves together and sort out your lives. I've had enough. Had enough of this nonsense. Okay, I don't... Dude, what is this word? Panda? We can try panda. Nah, it doesn't like me. Alright, red is our highest word, but... Ooh, hand's pretty high. Balloon. Balloon. Bunga. It doesn't know what that word is. I think I've told this story before, but Year 10 formals got banned from my school because the year above me, they put bungers in the toilets and they blew them up. And also, our school got banned from the golf course because we stole... we stole the golf buggies and drove them down the highway. So, face reveal. You reveal your face, Naomi Tatum, and then I'll think about revealing my face. How about that? How does that sound? Boop, 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 boop. All right, why is hand the highest? Let's try arm. Help? Help as in like hyperbovian? I've just smashed the keyboard if you've fallen down and you need me to call an ambulance for you. Are you suggesting help as the word or do you need help? Just hit the keyboard with your head and I'll know. I'll know to... You don't have your dialing wand? Oh no. Just mash it. Just mash it like it's a banana. Not helping hand? Oh, okay. I didn't know if you fell over and you needed help. Why is there a moon on my forehead? Because it's cool. Wait, what game is this? This game is Contexto. We're trying to guess the right word. Our closest word that we have is hand. What happened here? We're not entirely sure, Julia. I ask myself that question every day. And I still don't know the answer. So, you know. Where do you get a dialing wand? I don't know. I think you can just use any type of like stick-like thing. Ricochet. Anything's a dialing wand if you want it to be. I like to use a chopstick. It's it makes me feel a little bit, you know, it makes me feel a little bit special. Can also use it to eat my noodles with. To make my lips move, do I have to make my expression more exaggerated? No, I just talk. Yeah, do what I would normally do. Grip. Okay, hand is the highest word. Gun's pretty high too. Fork. Does it have magical powers? No, it doesn't have magical powers. It's just for if you're very, very special and your fingers are too fat to type, then you get a dialing wand. But if back when there were rotary phones, you would have to put your fingers into dial to choose the numbers to ring, and for people whose hands were too fat, they could just use a dial. What do you mean back when there were rotary phones? That was like 30 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. Let's stop being racist, okay? Let's stop being ageist. Handgun? I mean, I do have hand and gun. You've used a rotary phone? Yeah, they're normal. Do I know how to use tarot cards? How much of myself do I want to give away? Unfortunately, I can tell you what every single tarot card in the tarot deck means. I did go to high school in the Blue Mountains, and I was surrounded by many a wannabe, you know, witch, like the new age spiritual people there, and like there's lots of cults in the Blue Mountains. And I was a really hot teenager, so why did no one ask me to join their cult? I have so many questions. Probably because I'm such a little turd and I am the least adjustable person in the world. That's probably why. But I don't know. I just would have appreciated. Actually, I don't like orgies. That's gross. But I would have liked to take the gun, and you have a jackpot. Well, we can try jackpot. Why do you want to be pulled into a cult? Yuji, I wouldn't have joined the cult. It just would have... Yuji, you are misunderstanding. I wouldn't have wanted to join the cult, but it just would have been polite if they asked me to join the cult. You know what I mean, Yuji? Sometimes you just want to be asked. Sometimes you just want to be asked to join the cult. Well, the thing is, there's like a lot of cults up there. Like, it's like one of the most like cult heavy places on the planet. There's a lot of weirdos up there. There's also like a lot of like spooky shit happens there, but yeah, I can definitely tell you what every single tarot card in the tarot deck means. So not my proudest moment, but you know what, it's okay, that's all right. Revolver. Ooh. A knife. Phone. Ooh. You're not a big believer in most of the arcane, but you were sitting wondering last night whether you'd want to be able to do black magic. You're not a fan of Japanese curry. I don't mind a golden curry, but there's definitely like other types of curry that I prefer for sure. Ugh, I think I'm just gonna eat kombini food when I'm in Japan. I don't know. As a social worker, you are what type of difficulty you have to face? I'm not entirely sure what that means. Not gonna try local ramen joints? Yeah, you know what? Like, I probably will go to one of those ones where you have to line up all day. Have I been in Japan? I will be in Japan in 11 days. No, 9 days. Can I do maths? No, I can't. You're not fun Japanese. Why your character? It's Japanese. My character isn't Japanese. It looks pretty similar to how I look, actually. You normally cook your own food. You had to eat at the cafe you work at yesterday and it was so bland. Germany's... Oh, some food in Germany is okay. I mean, why don't you just get a kebab, Yuji? Although I will say the kebabs in Western Sydney are better than the kebabs in Berlin. You do get a kebab? Yeah, that's what I mostly ate when I was in Germany. Although I did go to this like hamburger and chips place, and then, but they're not German food. Well, it technically is, because the doner kebab was invented by Turkish immigrants to Turkey. So it's like a specific, yeah. It's kind of like, you know, like American Italian food. Yeah. Like, it is based on like Italian food, but it's like the Italian food in America is different to the Italian food in Italy, right? So it's technically American. You wouldn't find Germans selling it? Yeah, true. Does my model have tongue physics? I don't believe so. I mean, possibly, I don't know. Oh, hey, gross crits. All right. Revolver, phone, hand, and dial are our highest words. Number 1. Digit. Nope. You feel Australia probably deals a bit better with spices? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We do have quite spicy food here. But then it depends where you go, because some restaurants will like see a white person walk in and they'll give you like white people spicy. And I'm like, why isn't my food spicy? And they're like, oh, sorry. And then next time they give you like normal level spicy. Pencil. Ooh. Hello, catactitis? What type of anime do I like? I like, at the moment, I just finished watching Spy Family. I like the Apothecary Diaries. I like Frieren. My favorite anime of all time is XXX Holic. Although then I watched Hotel de Luna and that was like better. So now I just watch that. I mean, it's fair to the shop. Most white people aren't ready for spice. Yeah, I grew up eating a lot of spicy food. Cylinder? That's a good guess, actually. Sup, Emmanuel? It's lead? Shush. What channel are they on? What channel is who on? Do I remember you from your previous streams? Yeah, your username looks really familiar, actually. You can handle the Desi diet? Yeah, I don't think my guts could handle that long term at all. Do I remember you? Yes, I remember you. Gross. Hello, Eternal Envy. Do I remember you? Yeah. Alright, 10 is our highest word, so we're only 9 away now. My anime? Oh, I watch it on Crunchyroll. I watch it on a streaming service called Crunchyroll Ricochet. And some animes also on Netflix. You're the one that called me a vampire? Yeah, lots of people call me a vampire in real life because I have lupus and I'm very pale and I look like way younger than I am. And people think that I don't age, and because I can't go out in the sun because of my lupus, there are rumors that I'm a vampire. So, yeah. Yum, 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 yum. There's 2 really great villainess animes recently. Yeah. Some people think I'm a vampire. Some people think I'm a B word. Yeah, look, I am really nice to everybody, Yuji, but if people start being mean to me for no reason, then I stand up for myself. I never used to stand up for myself, but yeah, if people want to think that I'm a bitch for like, you know, not wanting people to treat me like shit, then I mean, they can think that. You're also a vampire. Yeah, it's a good life. You didn't even mean that. Well, I don't know. Book? I just tried book. It's number 335. The first 2 lines were just a setup. A setup for what? Stamp? Ooh. Letter, paper, ink, pencil, pen. Please tell you what to do. Your chicken is dying. Take it to the vet. That would be my suggestion. Do CPR on the chicken? You'd have to use your little fingers because it's got a small rib cage. Just like when you give a baby CPR. But I mean, you only give it CPR if it's like stopped breathing, if it's like heart rate. Don't give it that. Don't give anything CPR if it's like it's still breathing. That's my advice. Sword. Strait of Hormuz is closed again? Yeah, I didn't think it was going to remain open. Stationary. Stationary. I think I did printer, but I'll try again. Ooh. Texter. It doesn't know that word. Copier. Maybe it's a fax. Scanner. Telephone. Photocopy. Typewriter. It was typewriter! Yay! Ooh. Cat and dog are quite high. Animal. This is Melbourne, you just feel it. Vet. Pet. Horse. Happy. Bwah, bwah, bwah. Lion. What game is this? It's Contexto. Hello, Gay Waffle. What's up? House? I already did house. Alive? What's it like to be a VTuber? I don't know. It's okay, I guess. Dead? Wow, that's Alright. Pet, cat, dog. We're not even in the green yet. Inanimate? I already did House Yuji. Walk. Blue. Well, let's try orange. It always likes the word orange. It didn't like the word orange. That's just rude. Oh, food! It wants us to eat the cat and the dog. Nice. Okay, why is food high? Fridge. Fruit. Okay, food is in the green, but it's only 173. So what do we... Potato. Kibble? Maybe try can, because cats and dogs have their foods in cans. It's too common. Vegetable. Do I like to do this? Yeah, I guess so. Tuna. Oh, that reminds me, I have to buy 3 weeks worth of tuna mornay for Nori for when I'm away. Because my cat's autistic and she only wants to eat dine tuna mornay all day, every day. So probably something that's to do with food but isn't a food item. Yeah. My cat eats better than me? Maybe. Potato? So you might end up lurking. No worries. Wow. Container, store, food. Plate. Do you have an uwu voice? I don't know, I can't hear you. All right, buy is our highest purchase. Purchase and buy are our highest supermarket. I did sell. I did buy and sell. Receipt. Ah. Grocery. It was funny to see Pakistan being relevant again. Well, someone has to stop the toddlers from bashing each other. Trade? I think I already did that. Yep, I already guessed it. Fund, receipt. Yeah, we can have fund. We did receipt though. Okay, buy, purchase. Why are you clipping? Marketing. It's funny because a few years ago, Pakistan and Iran had a spat and attacked each other as well. Yeah, well. Shelf. Maybe it's like aisle or something. Transport. Register. I just made a cute sound. Oh, because I was bending over to get the electric blanket control. I've been so sick lately. I hope I'm not sick when I'm in Japan, although. Farmer's market? It won't let us do 2 words. Hello, Michaela Kitchelan. How far is Japan? It shouldn't be too far from Australia. Oh, Japan's really close to Australia. From like Sydney, it's like 9 hours on the plane. But like if you could fly from the top of Australia to Japan, it would only be like a 4-hour flight or something like that. It would be really, really close. And it's also in the same time zone as Sydney and Melbourne. So that's good. Turn into a hedgehog. Oh, dude, if I could turn into a hedgehog, I totally would. Aussie land itself is just huge. Well, yeah, most of the flight is actually flying over Australia. Like, it takes 5 hours to cross Australia. Shopping. Aisle. I did aisle, but I can try shopping. Do I play Roblox? No. I think that game's just full of predators, isn't it? You assume most of Australia isn't populated? No. No. It is not. Although, believe it or not, we're actually overpopulated. We don't have enough houses or enough infrastructure for the people that are here. But for some reason, the government just keeps on pouring more people in. And it's like, dude, can we just like make sure everybody that's already here has a house first? That would be nice, but no. I don't know. We have kangaroos? We do. Similar to Anatolia, we have water issues. We have a lot of water issues. Yeah, that's the issue. Can I scream? I love cats. I mean, I love cats, but I can't scream. I've got a really bad throat. But I can say I love cats because I love cats. Trade? We already did trade. It's customers? You know what? It might be. Market commodity custom. What happened? I don't know. What happened? All right, guys, I think we're going to get a hint. Dosage. Medicine? I don't know. It's no. What? Pharmacy? Yeah, I was thinking pharmacy. Until I think somebody said that I was dumb. I don't know. I don't know. If people want to insult me, they should just come right out and say it, you know? It was pills! Alright, it's FoodGuessr time. We're trying to guess what country these cuisines are from. Let's go. Go. No. There you go. That's for people that think that Australians talk like that. Ooh, coconut milk curry paste, yellow noodles, tofu puffs, bean sprouts, green beans, shrimp, chicken, cockles, fish balls, boiled egg, lime, chili paste, fried shallots, mint leaves, sambal, belacan, cilantro. Is this laksa? I think this is laksa. Hell yeah, I love laksa. Although last time I went to Laksa Hut, I had, this is Malaysia. I had Mongolian beef. Mahangu, pearl millet flour, and sorghum flour. This dish is a traditional fermented beverage made from millet or sorghum grains and sometimes incorporates maize. It involves fermenting the grains with water, often including sugar for sweeteners, resulting in a slightly sour and refreshing drink. Rich in probiotics, it's known for its nutritional benefits and is often enjoyed as a staple refreshment, particularly among those familiar with its cultural roots. I mean, it's got maize in it, so maybe it's like Central or South America. Hi, Ghost. You think Italy? I think Central or South America, because it says maize. Should I do Argentina? Should I do Mexico? What should I do? Bugger off, Joey. You think this is Turkish? Yeah. We could try it, Turkey. No. Oh. Oshikandu. India? Not Mesopotamian? I assume that's what you meant to write. Guatemala? If it was Guatemala, it wouldn't. Maybe Zulu? So South Africa? It borders South Africa. And we got one more guess. Let's Google. Yeah, but then what's the point of playing the game if you're just gonna Google? Nambia or Botswana? Let's do Nambia. Yay! Next round. Milk, sugar, cornstarch, flour, eggs, cinnamon, lemon peel, oil, orange peel, butter, and vanilla. This dish is a sweet dessert that turns liquid into crispy treats. Milk is simmered with sugar and flour to form a thick pudding, then chilled until firm. The solid custard is cut into squares, coated in egg, and pan-fried until golden. Finally, these warm bites are rolled in cinnamon sugar, creating a delightful contrast between the crunchy exterior and the gooey, creamy center. Either China or Spain? Yeah, let's do Spain. Leche frita? Alright, final score. Oh, we're still a genius. Alright. Choo 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 choo. Pork, bacon, garlic, salt, black pepper, margarine, water, and pork casing. Alright, this is gonna be German or Poland. It's kind of making me hungry. This dish is a savory sausage made from high-quality pork, bacon, and seasoned with garlic and black pepper. It's traditionally encased in natural pork casing and infused with the rich aroma of smoking. This dish is typically served with mustard, sauerkraut, or potatoes, offering a flavorful and hearty experience. It's known for its strict quality standards and protected status, ensuring authentic taste and texture. Alright, let's try Germany and then we'll try Poland. Okay, it's not Germany. Pork, bacon, garlic, salt, black pepper, marjoram. Marjoram always gives Czech to me, but it doesn't border Germany, so we are going south and we are going east, and it's not Poland. Slovakia, yeah, that's a good guess. Slovakia is very hot. Austria borders Germany though. It's nice to learn things with our brains too. Well, yeah. What happens when GPT raises the price? Yeah, I don't know. What's happening? We're trying to guess what food this country's from. Slovenia? It could be. Slovenia. Correct. There we go. Oh, this looks yummy. Rice, coconut milk, water, salt, pandan leaves, lemongrass, kaffir lime leaves, shallots, and garlic. This dish requires cooking rice with coconut milk, lemongrass, bay leaves, kaffir lime leaves, and salt. Start by rinsing the rice and then cooking it in a mixture of water and coconut milk. Add the lemongrass, bay leaves, and kaffir lime leaves to infuse aromas. Once the liquid is absorbed, let the rice steam until fully cooked. Serve with side dishes like fried chicken, eggs, or sambal. Let's go for Indonesia. Brunei, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore. Ooh, I want this in and around my mouth. Nobody clip that. Delicious. Flour, sugar, eggs, butter, cocoa powder, milk, baking powder, vanilla extract, coffee, heavy cream, chocolate, gelatin, water, and ramen nuts. This dish is a decadent dessert featuring layers of rich chocolate sponge cake. It is filled and covered with a smooth, velvety chocolate ganache, adding to its luxurious texture. Often topped with a glossy glaze, this elegant treat is perfect for special occasion. The cake's name pays homage to a famous military figure, adding a touch of history to its sumptuous flavor experience. Oh, this was either from Romania or Bulgaria, but let's do Bulgaria. It borders Bulgaria. Romania, Joffrey cake. Oh, it's a fruit roll-up, and I thought this was Australian, but apparently it's American. Pear puree concentrate, corn syrup, sugar, palm oil, maltodextrin, water, apple puree, strawberry puree, and cornstarch. This dish is made by mixing fruit puree, sugar, and other ingredients to create a sticky sweet mixture. The mixture is then spread onto a long sheet of parchment paper and baked until dried. Once cooled, the sheet is cut into long strips and rolled up, creating the iconic shape. Each roll is then individually wrapped in colourful packaging for easy snacking on the go. The internet keeps dropping. Oh, see you, Joey. Fruit by the foot. Oh, we call it roll-ups. You like the way that I talk? Well, at least somebody does. Rice, lemoni leaves, coconut milk, water, ginger, shallots, garlic, pandan leaves, salt, sugar, and black pepper. This dish is a vibrant and fragrant rice dish infused with the distinct flavor of lemoni leaves. It is typically cooked with coconut milk and aromatic spices like ginger, garlic, and pandan leaves, resulting in a rich and savory taste. Often served with boiled eggs, fried chicken, and a side of spicy sambal. Oh, let's go for Indonesia or Malaysia. It's got sambal, so it's pretty. Alright, Malaysia. Final score, gastronomical genius. What's the thing in my hair? It's a little hair stick. Look. Can you see it? Let's do one more, because that was fun. Ooh, veal shoulder, onions, carrots, bouquet garni, mushrooms, flour, butter, white wine, chicken stock, heavy cream, lemon juice, egg yolk, and parsley. I think this is going to be French or Italian. This dish is made by simmering veal, onions, carrots, and mushrooms in broth until the meat is tender. The veal is then removed and the sauce is thickened with flour and cream. The veal is returned to the sauce and simmered until heated through. Finally, the dish is garnished with lemon juice and parsley. Let's try France, but it might be Italy. Blanquette de verre. Ooh, onions. Onions are delicious. Hello, Ola. As long as, like, you're not on a first date or something, it's fine. Coconut milk, jaggery, rice flour, cardamom, cashew nuts, ghee, salt, vanilla, treacle, and nutmeg. This dish is a dark, sticky, and sweet confection made from coconut milk, jaggery, and rice flour. It has a unique chewy texture and is often enhanced with flavorful ingredients like cardamom, cashews, and pandan leaves. Traditionally prepared with a labor-intensive process, it is commonly enjoyed during festive occasions and known for its rich caramel-like taste and aromatic spices. It could be Malaysia. I think it's going to be like Sri Lanka or something though. Yeah, I wanted to say Sri Lanka, but I went with chat and I lost. Raw. Digestive biscuits, butter, bananas, dulce de leche, whipped cream, coffee, chocolate, vanilla extract, lemon juice, and powdered sugar. That looks really yummy though. This dish is a decadent dessert featuring a buttery biscuit base topped with layers of gooey toffee and ripe banana slices. A generous layer of freshly whipped cream covers the top, often garnished with chocolate shavings or cocoa powder. The combination of sweet, rich flavors and contrasting textures makes it a favorite treat for those who adore creamy and caramelized delights. The United Kingdom. Banoffee pie. Banoffee? Bum. Pork belly. I'm so hungry. Pork belly, soy sauce, Shaoxing wine, sugar, ginger, scallions, star anise, garlic, and cinnamon. This dish involves braising pork belly. First, the pork is parboiled, then fried until golden. Next, it's simmered with soy sauce, Shaoxing wine, sugar, and spices. The pork is slow cooked until tender, absorbing rich flavors and developing a caramelized coating. Serve the succulent meat with steamed greens and rice for a delectable meal. Yum, 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 yum. China #1. Dongpo pork. Ooh, look at these little raviolis. Look at these little raviolis. All-purpose flour, eggs, ricotta cheese, spinach, parmesan, cheese, nutmeg, butter, sage, salt, and black pepper. Ground? I was just wondering what that noise was. My cat is snoring. She's so funny. Ground meat, garlic, and lemon zest. This dish involves creating a pasta dough, rolling it out thinly, and cutting it into small squares. A filling of roasted meats, usually combined with spinach, ricotta cheese, and breadcrumbs, is placed in the center of each square. The squares are folded and sealed to form dumplings. They are then boiled until tender and commonly served with a butter, sage, sauce, or meat broth. Yay, there we go. Look at us. We are so smart. Final score. Gastronomical genius. Indeed we are. Alright. It's time to find out where in the world we are. Let's go. Ooh. Want some news links? Yeah, check us some news. You think this is on Earth somewhere? Yeah, I think that's an astute observation. Do I have a uwu voice? I don't think so. Not to my knowledge. Ooh, there's a shrine. in Middle Earth, guys. I cracked the code. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. This is China. It's definitely not China. I think it's either Southeast Asia or like the subcontinent. I'm not entirely sure yet. I don't want to go there. Stop taking me here. Okay, it's just gonna take me here, is it? Okay. IDF confirmed strike in southern Lebanon during ceasefire. I'll have to have a look at that. It says good luck on the side of here. Probably Pakistan. There's a chance it's Japan, and there's no chance this is Japan. Oh. Okay, we got a lot of temples and stuff, and we're in the mountains. Maybe Cambodia? Yeah, I think it's gonna be somewhere like that. Yeah, Cambodia is a pretty good guess, I think. Where are the mountains? Maybe here. It was Bhutan! That's why it kind of looked like India a little bit. I think this is Italy. My shoulder is so sore. Who is China? It's a country. All right, let's see. Does anybody know where in Italy these places are? I have no idea. We got some mountains. It's definitely Mordor. A little bit too green to be Mordor, I think. Ooh. Alright, we're somewhere in Italy. Oh. Well, we can go get some gelato if you guys want. Probably north. Yeah. Oh, I forgot where Europe was. Let me go here. I mean, close enough, really. Ooh, this could be northern Italy. This could be Austria. This could be Switzerland. This could be Canada. I don't know. Actually, it might be. What does this say? Rio Fitzroy? What the heck? Okay, I take back everything that I said. Lost some... I think we're in South America. We're somewhere where they... We could even be in Spain. I don't know. The Andes? Yeah, maybe it's the Andes. That's Argentina. It could be. I have no idea. Human gift shop. Yeah, maybe it is Argentina. Isn't there animal the puma? Oh, that's really cute. So kawaii. What do these flags say? Nothing. It's given us Southwest Argentina. Alright, it was Southwest Argentina. Cha-cha-cha. Okay. Where are we? Oh. Nation and Titan paints. Okay. That's a lot of English. maybe it's the Philippines. There's a lot of English. Yeah, I think it is the Philippines. Yeah, there's some tuk-tuks. Yeah, I think it's the Philippines. Okay, I think we're in France. Pardon me, that was rude. Hola, hola yourself. What is Japan? An archipelago in the North Pacific Ocean? Okay, where in France are we? Oh, sign. Chateau something or other. We can go here and get E. coli apparently. That sounds like fun. I do enjoy a good bacterial infection, I will say. It's Paris? I don't think it is, but it is somewhere in France, so we might as well try Paris. Well. What do you guys want to do now? Do you want to watch some news stories or I don't know? I've had a really bad headache this whole time, so I've just been you know, powering through. Alright, let's have a look. Play music. I can't play music on YouTube. Hang on, I have to put my headphones in. On, rather. Scotland forever. My best friend is Scottish. True story. She's an alcoholic that likes to swear a lot. React to music. Yeah, that's a good way to lose my channel. Can you now actually go in Thailand? No. I am sleepy. I am indeed very sleepy. That is true. Alright. Chaos in the Strait of Hormuz as waterway is reopened and reportedly closed again.
6 weeks of conflict have sparked global turmoil, but a sudden proclamation by Washington and Tehran offered some hope.
The Strait of Hormuz is fully open and ready for business and full passage.
Iran declaring the crucial waterway is now open for commercial vessels, so long as they pass through their designated route, close to Iran's coastline.
Request you return to original port of call in Iran. How copy? Over.
The US said an enormous naval blockade of Iran's ports will continue, with US Central Command turning back more than 20 ships leaving Iranian ports. But Iran has retaliated and said a continued blockade would mean the strait would close again.
And it's closed again. Does it actually put you in a random country? Yeah. But at least it doesn't put you in a continent that you want, like Asia. No, you can't determine where in the world it will put you. It will literally put you in any continent it wants to. Although it does quite often drop us in Thailand. And it hardly ever drops us in Australia. And I think that's rude.
This means a violation of the ceasefire. If it continues, Iran will take the necessary measures with the Strait of Hormuz.
Both sides appear to remain at odds over Iran's nuclear program and stockpile of enriched uranium, with talks expected to continue in coming days.
I expect things to go well. Many of these things have been negotiated and agreed to.
It's been chaos in the Strait, with many ships entering, then promptly turning back. In the last few hours, we've seen the first major crossing of tankers since the war began. It's believed some of these ships are sanctioned.
Okay.
While in Paris, world leaders who had come together to discuss the crisis welcomed the news.
The recent events are encouraging, though we have to consider them carefully.
We need to make sure that that is both large.
This is like very unprecedented since like the end of World War II, really, for Western countries to gather without America, or without America being the star of the show. So like this is really indicative of the world order shifting significantly, right? Countries are trying to distance themselves as much as they can from America, which I mean can only really be good, honestly. Yeah, Trump's just kind of exacerbated the death of the American empire, and yeah, I for one welcome our new, I don't know, whoever the overlords are going to be. I welcome them, and I've always supported you. I want you to know that.
Lasting and a workable proposal.
With the current ceasefire set to expire on April 22nd, there are fledgling hopes a more permanent truce might be on the table. Tim Swanston, ABC News.
You're going? All right. You live in the Philippines? Nice. You're gooning? I mean, if that's what you want to do with your time. I mean, Godspeed. Godspeed. May it be a bountiful load, I guess. Why you say your country? What do you mean? You're American? Cool. Are you in the Philippines? No, I'm in Australia. If the thick Australian accent didn't give it away, I don't know. Like, should I be riding a kangaroo or something? But no, I'm not in. We've always believed in the winner, indeed. Whoever that winner may be, we've always supported them, and we always, you know, we always had their back.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has responded to US President Donald Trump's suggestion that Australia didn't respond to US request to secure the Strait of Hormuz. Political reporter Samantha Jake joins us now from Parliament House in Canberra.
Wow, we just went and took all this militaristic action without you, and now we want you to help us clean it up. Why won't you? Why won't you? All we've done is like insult you, undermine you, put tariffs on you, tell you that you didn't contribute to the war on terror. But I'm speaking Americanese. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know anybody that's more Australian than me. Like, what do you want? Is it like because I don't have a full-on ochre? There's nothing to do in Australia? Okay, then don't come here. Fuck me dead, mate.
Hi, Sam. So what did Mr Albanese have to say on this?
Hi there, Ros. Well, the Prime Minister has responded by declaring that The United States has made no new requests to Australia for help with the Strait of Hormuz. Anthony Albanese was pressed repeatedly at a press conference earlier this morning for his reaction to Donald Trump singling out Australia for apparently not doing enough to protect the strait, which serves as...
And also targeting the country that's geographically the furthest away and would take months to get there. Like, it took the first fleet like a few months to get to Australia from the UK. How long is it going to take us like to get our naval ships over to the Persian Gulf? Like what are you smoking? You've got allies like right there. Europe is so much closer. Why don't you target them? He probably doesn't even know where Australia is. And our oil issues are very delayed. It takes oils like 6 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, I think like, honestly, I think the first fleet traveled faster than these oil tankers. Hey, they're like so slow.
Is a critical shipping route for the world's supply of oil, gas and fertiliser. The Prime Minister repeated his assertion that the White House has not made any new requests for help from Australia with regards to protecting the strait. Anthony Albanese spoke to reporters earlier this morning in Geelong. Here he is.
Wait, so did they or did they not request our help? Are they just like butthurt because we didn't offer our support? Dude, the thing's going to be over before we get there. Why would we do that? And why would we send, you know, we don't have the biggest naval fleet at the moment, right? We're trying to build it all back up. We're spending all this money on like new frigates. I think we're getting frigates from Japan, right? We're spending all this money on new frigates, on new subs, all of this stuff. Like we're in the process of like rebuilding our navy. So why politics? Because.
Well, I refer to my previous answers day after day after day when I've been asked. They're exactly the same. There's been no new requests at all. And indeed, President Trump has himself said that he has got this, and he has made that position clear. There's been no change in Australia's position.
Well, meanwhile, Ros, the federal opposition has been pushing for some clarity around the situation because on one hand, we have US President Donald Trump claiming that Australia has not been responding to requests to do more to help the Strait of Hormuz. And on the other, we have the federal government saying that, well, no requests have been made. So it does appear rather confusing, but the federal government insists that its position has not changed. Meanwhile, the Shadow Defence Minister, James Paterson, he spoke to Sky News earlier this morning where he says that he still has faith in the US-Australia alliance, despite Donald Trump's leadership style, which he described as unconventional.
This is an unconventional US administration. President Trump.
No one cares what the Shadow Defence Minister says. You're not in government. No one cares. No one cares. Blah, 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 blah. Look at this ranger. I bet he gets all the pussy. I mean, I shouldn't judge him by that, but I don't know. He's just giving opinion about capybara. I don't know. They're kind of giant guinea pigs. And this guinea pig called Piglet killed my rabbit. So probably against.
Is unlike his predecessors, and his administration operates in an unconventional way. But an alliance has to be far more fundamental and more deeply rooted than just the personalities of the day that are in the Oval Office. Now, President Trump has 3 more years on his term. He'll be replaced by another president in due course who will be their own person and have their own worldview.
Am I conservative or liberal? I am left-leaning. I'm not conservative or liberal. I guess I'm kind of like socially conservative in my personal life, but yeah, I am left-leaning. I would say I am that question doesn't make sense. In Australia, yeah, I know, but he didn't put big L liberal, he put small L liberal, so I think he means like dictionary definition, not party. Opinion on Anthony Albanese? I don't know. I mean, it's better than the alternative. I mean, thank God we didn't have another 6 years of the Liberal Party. That would have been disastrous for the country. So I think you need to be newspaper, like turn myself into a newspaper. Do you have some type of incantation? I would love to become an inanimate object. That would make my life significantly easier. If you've got the formula for me to do that. You are Conholio. Oh, I haven't seen Beavis and Butthead forever. I was always singing Lesbian Seagull and my housemate didn't know what it was because he's never seen Beavis and Butthead. And then I showed it to him. Who are you telling to chill? Alright, what are we doing? You need TP for your bunghole? Indeed. Are you more, do you fancy yourself more of a Beavis or more of a Butthead? I must know. Opinion on Drew Pablo. He's a little bit lacking in the grey matter, I would say. I would say he's am I a scruncher or a folder? It depends. It depends what waste is being, you know, being cleansed. I don't know if this Julia Shirley person's brain is broken or like what's going on, but it's very distracting. What are you saying? I don't know if you lack the comprehension skills to follow along. Opinion about Pauline Hanson. I don't know, she needs to pull her head out of her fucking ass. Her opinions about people from public housing are fucking disgusting. Because she's been a parliamentarian for so long and on a parliamentarian salary, she has no idea how the average Australian is doing it. And if she was still just on her fish and chip wages, she would probably need to be in government housing. And the dumb bitch is too stupid to realize it. If the US-Australian alliance needs to be more deeply rooted than personality, but they won't admit that Trump needs to do... I can't read what you said. Hang on. Let me try again. You don't think Julia is an adult or is a non-English native? Yeah, they said they were American, so they must be a child. I mean, that's a good point. But my stream isn't really for children, so... If the US-Australian alliance need to be more deeply rooted than personality, but they won't admit that Trump needs to follow diplomatic processes. I mean... I don't know, like if we all rocked up to our places of employment and were behaving like this, how long before some type of disciplinary action was taken? And how long until we're on it? Am I an atheist? No, I'm not an atheist. I'm a Catholic. I am a very lapsed Catholic, but I'm a very, very strong believer. I just find it hard to, I don't know. I would find it a lot easier to be Catholic. Well, let's talk about Johnny Somali. He's only been sentenced to 6 months, which sucks. 6 months in a hard labor prison. And you know, as soon as he gets out, he's just going to go back to how he was.
The Defence Minister, Richard Marles, it is.
Opinion about Muslim? Do you mean opinions about Muslims or my opinions about Islam? I will say, a lot of my friends are Muslim. I grew up in a predominantly Muslim Lebanese suburb. And yeah, I definitely think Islam is a lot friendlier to Christians than to other Abrahamic religions, because the Abrahamic religion, we're not allowed to talk about. The Talmud, one of their holy books, says that the Virgin Mary was a whore and that Jesus is boiling in excrement for the rest of eternity, which I find very offensive. Conversely, Islam says that Jesus is a revered prophet. Do they recognize him as the Messiah and the Son of God? No, but at least they respect him. And You know, that's all I gotta say on the matter, really. You have a Japanese here? What?
His Japanese counterpart, Minister Koizumi, have held a ceremonial gathering here on the deck of a Megami-class frigate. This is Australia's next generation of warships, and today the two countries are celebrating the fact that they've signed a contract to deliver the first 3 of these new vessels, which will in some ways form the back.
Yeah, Australia definitely needs to be adding some more frigates to its fleet. Yeah. Definitely time.
Backbone of the new Australian Navy. This is an immensely important deal for Australia, even though some of the details are not yet entirely clear. The government is believed to be spending...
I'm kind of surprised Japan's still going with that flag. Am I tripping? Is that giving World War II to anybody? I mean, it's a choice. It's a choice, Japan. But you know what? Japan has so much soft cultural power that I think they can just do whatever they want, because people are like, ooh, woo, Japan, anime, kawaii desu.
About $10 billion or so on the first 3 ships. The next 8 are set to be built in Western Australia, although that isn't part of the contract which has been signed. This is not just a commercial arrangement, it's also a strategic one. The government...
That's the Wolf Goddess class frigate. If that's what it's called, I might join the freaking Navy. I am down for that. Yeah, at the end of the last World War, Australia had the 5th largest military in the world, and now I don't know where we are in the standings, but it's pretty bad. And yeah.
Insists this is all about capability with a side benefit when it comes to the strategic side, but there's no doubt that there are also clear defence and strategic obligations and implications from this, because Australia is stating that it sees Japan not just as a critical strategic ally, but also as a country which it trusts sufficiently to entrust a project of this magnitude with. And the fact that Australia and Japan are not just allies in all but name, but also increasingly defence partners which can trust one another with projects of this scale, magnitude and consequence, does signal something important.
Didn't we lose a war to emus? I mean, wars are typically between 2 sovereign nations, and you try shooting a dinosaur that's all feathers that can run at faster than Usain Bolt and see how you go. So sorry that you don't have any cool dinosaur birds in your country. Don't know what to tell you. But war as in 2 people acting unofficially in action. So yes then. It was a bunch of old retired dudes trying to cull. You don't know what a war is. You mean were they unable to cull emu numbers sufficiently? It's literally not a war. Like, I assume you're an American and a product of the American education system, and I know that the English language is a little bit hard for you guys to grasp. So, you know, I'll give you some grace, but I am willing to buy you an Oxford or a Macquarie dictionary. You can go with British English or you can go with Australian English. Either one. I am happy. Look, if you message me after the stream, I will send you either the Oxford Concise Dictionary so you can familiarize yourself with British English, or I will send you the Macquarie Dictionary, which is Australian English. And I think that would be a great help for you in the future in your endeavors to learn the English language. And I support you in that. You know, it's never too late to go back to school, guys. You know, it's never too late to get an education.
Important about where the relationship is going.
This is the 3rd time this year that Minister Koizumi and I have met, which reflects how important our relationship is. As I've said on a number of occasions, there is no country in the world with whom we have a greater strategic alignment.
Is that Port Melbourne in the background? Because I've been trying to work out where they are, and this looks like Melbourne. I think this is right near where I live. Ooh. If we see the spirit of Tasmania, we'll know.
than Japan. And that in turn is underpinned by complete trust. And the value of that is particularly felt given the circumstances in the world today. The signing of the Megami Memorandum, which we have just done now, will deepen defence industry cooperation between our two nations, specifically in the development of this critical capability for the Royal Australian Navy and also for Japan.
Of course, there are still plenty of questions here. Australia's promise that it will build the last 8 of the 11 here in Australia has been greeted with a level of scepticism from some analysts who say they're not convinced that Australia's industrial base will be ready to take on a task of this complexity.
I don't think Australia's industrial base is ready to take on a task of this complexity, but I think just doing the groundwork is going to put Australia, because we need to start making stuff here again. I think with the global powers shifting, new world leaders, new superpowers emerging, Australia used to make everything here. It's only, people forget, it's only the last 40 years or so where all manufacturing has been, shipped off to third world countries. We used to make everything here, and Australia needs to have some degree of self-sufficiency because we don't know what the future is going to hold. And look what's happened with its oil crisis. Like, we might find ourselves in a position where we are going to have to be self-reliant, or at least have the capacity to be. So yeah, I think it would be really, really good to have those skills in Australia. Why not? Cute model, thank you. You're on holiday, you can't go to school for a while. Yeah, isn't it the Easter holidays? I've been seeing lots of little turds around. When I see turds around town, I know it's the school holidays. Would be nice for apprentices to get jobs again. Yeah. And I mean, all these skills would be transferable as well. It wouldn't just have to be for like the military industrial complex. It could be for, for other things as well. Like, a lot of these skills are very transferable.
And magnitude in the 2030s. But Australia believes it can not only bear down its relationship with Japan, acquire a frigate, which will give it the capability it needs over the future, but that it can also build up Australia's domestic ability and shipbuilding capacity sufficiently.
Oh, he's saying what I was saying. Aren't I smart?
Well into the future. A big day in the bilateral relationship between Australia and Japan, but also a big day for the future of Australia's Navy.
In the Navy, you can sail the 7 seas. Da-na-na-na. Look at Miss Social Policy over here. Well, I do have a master's in it. Thank you for noticing. And it's not just a coursework master's, it's a research master's from a group of 8 university. Thank you. Do I think China and Australia will go to war? No, I hope that we become allies. You have many questions? Who are you? Why Australia all that's there is death and destruction in animals? Where's the death and destruction in Australia? You'll have to enlighten me to where the death and destruction is. We do have a lot of animals. They're very beautiful. We've got a lot of beautiful birds. We've got a lot of beautiful marsupials. We've got a lot of beautiful ecosystems. We've got everything from snow fields to tropical rainforest to temperate rainforest to dry eucalypt forest. We've got the only hanging swamps in the world. We've got little swamp wallabies that live there. They're like little tiny kangaroos. They're super cute. We've got quokkas over in Western Australia near Perth. They're super cute. Yeah. It's a pretty great place to live, but I'm totally fine with people thinking that it's all death and animals, because if people don't come here, we get to continue to live in paradise, unannoyed by annoying people, because there's already enough annoying people from all over the world coming here and being annoying. It's like, please be quiet, Well, there's dangerous animals who can kill you. I mean, how are the animals any dangerous than anywhere else? We don't have any large carnivores that are trying to eat us. So many countries have like bears and wolves and like big cats and all of this scary stuff. And then they turn around and say like our country's scary because we've got spiders and snakes when their countries have spiders and snakes too. I don't know. It's just a very, very odd very odd proposition to me. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, and it's all just propaganda. But I don't know, a lot of Australians like to play into it. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. Like, I can tell you the amount of times I used to live in the bush. I can tell you the amount of times that I've seen like a snake in the wild, and it was once. I saw a brown snake about maybe like 6 meters in front of me. You play into it, yeah. Like I'm really okay with people not wanting to come here. I guess we have crocodiles if you live like in the north part of Australia where like 6 people live. I guess you have a lot of scars and you tell people you got them from a shark attack. I told somebody that my stab scar was from a shark once. I mean, to be fair, we do have the most venomous spiders. Yeah, but how often are you going around fucking with a spider and getting bitten by one? Like, I used to live in the Blue Mountains where they have their own subspecies of funnel web spider. I would see them and stuff, but like, well, what are you doing when you're fucking with a spider? Don't leave your shoes outside. You'll be fucking fine. It's not an issue. What about deadly snakes? Like I said, I've only seen a brown snake once. I've seen like red-bellied blacks quite a few times. They used to like hang out near my parents' fish pond to get some sun. You only really see them in the summer. It's not a big deal. And even then, they're very placid. You're not going to get bitten by one unless like you go and try and grab it or something. Like if you fuck around, you're going to find out. But that's the same as anything else. It's, yeah. Anyway, guys, I've got a really bad headache and I've already taken as much Pandadorra as I can, so even the little Japanese bears can get you. Well, yeah, they kill people. The little Japanese brown bear kills people, so it's like... No, a black bear, not brown bear. Black bears, they're black bears. The brown bears are the big ones. Yeah, they're little as and they kill people, so... And apparently they've been increasingly encroaching on like human habitat, so I don't know. But I should be right when I'm in Japan. Yeah. I think I might do some type of competition where I'll send one of my Twitch subs a postcard from Japan. I don't know. I'll think of something cute to do where I'll like buy like a little, I'll get you like a little something and I'll send it to whichever country you're in. So yeah, I might do that, and also something from Korea. Yeah, like probably a postcard or something like that. Bring souvenirs. Yeah, I'll do like a little giveaway or something. We'll see. I think that will be cute to send some people. You'll dox me your address. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not a weirdo. I won't give you guys my address, but I'm totally trustworthy. All right. Well, guys, I'm gonna go. It's been swell, but the swelling has gone down. All right. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.